Welcome, my name is Captain Tickle, and I'm here at Fishburne Military School. I'm actually using a lesson put together by one of the cadets here at Fishburne, Cadet Lind. I'm going to be doing this quite a bit, and this lesson is on factoring. And first of all, I'd just like to explore what is factoring and then get into some examples, and hopefully this video can help you out if you're in this topic of factoring. So first of all, just to take a look at what factoring is. What is factoring? We look at factoring and we see this word and it's kind of scary the first time we see it, but it's taking something we've already learned up to this point in algebra and just going another direction. In this case, we're going to use what's called a distributive property. We have what's called a binomial, x plus 9. It's multiplied by a monomial, x not having a plus or minus in two expressions, so therefore it is just a monomial. And we're going to go ahead and multiply them. And by doing this, it's called a distributive property. Logically, you're going to take that x and multiply it times the first x, and then you're going to multiply it by the 9, and therefore we're going to get what's x squared and 9x. Now this is something, before understanding factoring, this is just a lesson that you can learn that involves multiplying expressions. And now we're going to go ahead and look at factoring. So factoring is the exact same thing backwards. Notice that here our end product was x squared plus 9x. If we wanted to pull out that common x, that would be factoring. So that's what factoring is. Let's take a look at another example. All right, 18. Just the number 18. When you were younger, in one of the earlier grades, and you ever heard the word factoring up to this point, that would mean that you break it apart. So you have 2 times 9. And you can keep going, and 9 is equal to 3 squared, so you have 2 times 3 squared. That's factoring the number 18. So now we're going to take a look at something just a little bit more challenging, and not too challenging, but we have the number 3 that obviously goes into both 3 and 21. And we also have an x that goes into 3x squared and 21x. And by pulling that out, we are factoring. So taking a look at what's left, we have the x, we have the plus 7. Those are both being multiplied by 3x. Therefore, to go a step further, we take that 3x, pull it out in front, and leave the x plus 7 together in parentheses. So again, this is an example of basically working backwards with what we previously learned as the distributive property. Now, we're going to take a look at this example. We have 8x squared minus 32x. What do they have in common? Well, the first thing that we have, the largest common factor, is we have an 8. An 8 can come out of 8 and negative 32. The second thing we notice is that an x can come out of 8x squared and negative 32x. So the 8 and the 32 are going to be factored, and we're going to have that 8 come out, and these two are going to be factored, and we're going to have the x come out. So 8x is the common factor, the largest common factor between these two expressions. So pulling that 8x out, we're left with the x minus 4, and of course, just like in the previous problem, that's what's being put together in parentheses.